Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect, where in the previous episode we had a little bit of a recap for this high-risk island facility with also the cleared for transfer stuff on as well, and we decided to expand up north to allow us to build a SuperMax area and then eventually a death row area as well. So this area here, I just put on the planning so you can see it, is going to be our SuperMax location, and the one on the right hand side, which currently doesn't have anything planned on there, this is going to be eventually once again our death row area. Now, some of the stuff that I've put in is temporary. Certainly these pallets are not really adhering to certain health and safety regulation guidelines, but what we want to do is get a ferry crossing eventually to that side. But we're putting aside the side island and we're leaving that alone for now. We're focusing primarily on this, which is our SuperMax area for legendary prisoners. Now, in the previous episode we planned things off, so all of these are our cell blocks. We have a ferry crossing that goes from this security room across here to this side, and then obviously you've got all of your usual stuff. So you've got an area to come to here. You've got a area for searching, so we'll have metal detectors, followed by the, what would that be? I guess that would be like the checkpoint, and then security room, and then you come in, and these are all of your cell blocks, and then you've got all of the amenities down the bottom. Now, immediately we come to a little bit of a problem, and that's that because this is an island facility, getting things on and off it is going to be a bit of a problem. Now, we could, if we want to, have another sort of ferry thing like this off to one side, as in we'll have it maybe up here, so all of the rubbish from the facility will come out and then exit that away. That is an option, and I'm still not ruling that out. So we could put in another ferry. That would mean obviously slightly changing the shape of the island, and as well as some of the other things that we've potentially planned, but that's not a big problem. This is all up in the air at this stage and all quite new to myself. We also could go for an area that you have to use this ferry, so all of the rubbish, all of the food has to come across from this thing, and I'm not too fussed on that. I don't really like that idea. Another option is to build another island here, small one, have a ferry coming from here all the way up, and then walkways to either side, which allow food to come from the quite close kitchen, relatively speaking, up to these sides. Now, I don't like that for a couple of reasons. It removes the whole island aspect of it, and also it would mean connections between these two. I might do that for this one, so food would only be brought via a ferry which is placed here going up to this area. I think that's probably what we'll do. However, for this one, not so much. So, if we are generating the food on this island, and those logs are really reluctant to be brought to this ferry dock. If we're going to generate food on here, we have to have a kitchen. We also obviously have to have a canteen and that sort of thing. Also, it means, and this is something I genuinely forget, power. You can't place power or run power cables in the water. I lied, you can. It looks like you can connect it to the water. You didn't previously, or you couldn't previously. Does that then mean I want to connect this to the main island grid with an undersea cable? Yeah, that's actually exactly what it means. I would rather connect it that way than any other way. Right, let me do a test. Let's see if they build this. I don't know if I'll have access to a lot of this, but we shall see. It's ordered, so we'll see if they can do this. Like I say, learning experience for myself here. Don't know whether it's going to work. Obviously, most of it will up until this point. And oh, I was going to say why they're floating there, but they're actually on the ferry that goes back and forward. So they're placing it where they can. This will be a problem because they'll have to go all the way around the outside, but they are getting there. You can see that we do have some workers that were on that ferry there that have then jumped to this side and are now working on this, which is all okay. Still waiting for stuff to be installed, but that's fine. I probably want someone stationed here. Hang on, let me go ahead and go to deployment, assign guards. We're going to assign a guard permanently to that location to open those doors. Looks like those are in. But we're still waiting for a couple more. It's not a big problem yet. But if we can run an electrical cable across, That does very much solve a lot of our problems. We can see the gardener's taking a little trip across the island, cleaning everything up. It's worrying that that isn't built, though. And these aren't getting built. Neither is that, strangely. It is queued. But I'm just letting them get on with it. Oh no, they are placing bits there, and they have placed things where they need to be placed. And they're also placing that as well. There's another death here. Free fire all. Oh, hang on. Why have we not got... This is our parole right at the south here. Why have we not got any armed guard there? Armed guard is assigned. They're just probably at the canteen. Okay. I genuinely think that you have to have loads of people assigned to this thing. I really do. I'm going to hire another armed guard. I'm going to hire another 2 dog handlers as well. Actually make it 4 dog handlers. And, oh dearie me, Paul Crouch has got a life sentence. In hell. Right. All sectors off. Free fire. Let's keep going. That is queued and that is queued. That's actually in progress. How many workers do we have? 14. That should be more than enough for this thing. And even though the guard was stationed there, once again, when the doors were need to be opened, they decided not to... Oh no, there we are. They are opening those. That's fine. So I think this electrical cable we won't be able to build. Or is it built? I think it is automatically built by the look of it. It says installed. So I think it's just a case of if it's on water, the game just cheats and places it. Yeah, that's exactly what it does. Okay, fine. Right, let's go ahead and go to Dismantle Utility. We're going to dismantle those utilities to there. We're going to then run in the electrical cable from this area up to there. And we'll dismantle those ones because this will then connect up to this island. Excellent. Okay. I'm just looking around. Are there any major changes I want to make? Well, no. Other than I did say I wanted an outdoor yard, and I think the best place to put it is centralised, which means that. Put it centralised there. Now it is only 10 off that edge, so contraband can be thrown in. But what I'll do is I'll put a fence all the way along here, so it is outside of that sort of area where you can throw it in. It'll probably break, but there you are. Anyway, over to our foundations. More. Wall rusty. And I'm not looking forward to this. Let's see what we can do. Okay, that was actually completely painless. Well, I haven't got to the building bit yet. Over the doors, and we'll put a large jail door on there, and there, and there, because that's where we're going to have them. And we'll crack on. I'll say crack on. Haven't finished the utilities. Why have they not prioritised those utilities? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get 20 workers. The problem with now going across here is you've got a huge bottleneck. So we have to... yeah, account for that. Let's actually check out grading, because at the moment we've just been building. We haven't really been managing. It's the thing is, it's working as intended. We don't really need to do it. Reoffending rate is 4%. Punishment 7 high, reform 1 low, security 2, medium high, and then health a -1, so not good. Deaths in custody 9, no prisoners escaped. 10 staff fatalities. So more staff have died in here than prisoners. I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. This should be max sec only. It does keep, look at that, it does keep changing this. It really does. Why are you doing that? Staff only, can't change that to staff only. That says no access again, so there's something there. It doesn't really matter, you understand, but strange. We can see the edge bits around here, which I think they're designating those as... I don't know, is that designate that as water? Or is that where it counts for the throw-in? Maybe if you put shallow water. I don't think so. I don't know how it works. I don't know what all these like lines mean. Seems to be like shallow water or something. Anyway, as you can see, the workers are filling the ferry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It does say workmen times 10. And there goes the ferry. Hope they're not seasick, although let's be honest, the journey is not that far. So it looks like it departs every 30 seconds. Yeah, every 30. So every half hour, basically, the ferry moves, I think. Yeah, I think it's every half hour. And they're going back and forward to build this. So, as I said, we need to plan off what we're going to have. This is going to be the yard in the centre. These are going to be all of the cells. I think that's going to be enough. Let me check at night time what sort of amount of legendary prisoners we have. We'll probably have this area here, as a kitchen, followed by a little bit of a canteen, and then we'll have a common room. That's pretty much it. There's no visitation or anything like that. Why is that not connected up again? I've prioritised the building of this. They're just, well, ignoring it. It is urgent. Quite clearly see it's set as urgent. We now have sleep time. Okay, so we'll go for our intelligence informants. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20 prisoners in total that are legendary. 1, 2, 3, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 28 in there. That is about right. We could potentially do with some more, but it is about right. Okay, that's fine. From this side then, this here, I was not really sure what it was going to be. But I think we're probably going to have this set as a... I think we'll set it as a holding cell. No, do one holding cell? Or do one solitary? Probably solitary, actually. If we have it as like something like this. Yeah, there's your solitary. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Be better if it was one more and we could make it 12. Let me do that. Rusty wall. Onto there. That's fine. Make it 12. Actually, it would be 11 because one of them's going to be an entrance. But you get the idea. So obviously taking quite some time to build this. This is totally expected. In terms of our money, we're okay. 7 grand positive, but that's going to go down because of the amount of staff. Well, it has gone down because of the amount of staff that we've got. 28 grand in the bank there. We still running programs. If I just check our needs here, we can see needs are good. Literature and literature needs, that's fine. We're always going to have those. In terms of regime, it's pretty much standard. No real surprises there. Policy all is standard for the type of prisoners that we have. No bank loan. 3 grants on the go. Programs, we have behavioural therapy, which we have 12 finished and 0% passed. So quite frankly, it's just almost pointless was running it. We have foundation education program, 1 finished, 0 passed, so that's a shame, but one is working there. We can see where they are assigned to it. Alcoholics group on the go. Pharmacological treatment with 4 passed on a 66% pass rate, which I'm quite happy with. Only 49% of the people that have passed parole hearing are there. We could run another spiritual guidance, which I think we will. No workshop safety, no kitchen safety, hygiene, and no guard taser certification that we need to run. Okay, that's fine. There's the janitor taking a little holiday over there, building there. Have we now got lights on here? We have not got lights. This is a problem because, well, the priority system is obviously being overridden somehow. That has been set to a priority and urgent. Let's have a quick check. Logistics, utilities. So that one and that one, they've just not built it. I have a feeling I know what it is, and the way to find out is you run electrical cable further in, because there's a bug where it can sort of dump electrical cable or you haven't got enough. Or it could be a supply problem. This supply boat is, I think, the only way to bring in all of the stuff we need. It could be that. It could just be a straight supply problem. But we'll see. I do very much like the ferry dock. I think that's a really cool feature. The fact that you have these limitations of the ferry, you know, it does take 10, I think 10 passengers. It seems to take 10. Don't know if it can take any more, but we've seen max 10 so far. But it has this time where it goes back and forward, and they do have to wait, and they do wait. I think that's good. I mean, we could have just left that open area here where they swim across, but that wouldn't be very good considering they are bringing really heavy beams across. And looks like these have been put in, so maybe it was just a straight up supply problem. There are cables there, electrical cables. Fine. In terms of temperature as well, which we haven't really looked at because once it worked we were not really too bothered about it. Temperature, we can see that. Yeah, this area is still cold. We'll have to put an area up here for the boiler, which is probably just going to go in this corner here or there. I'm not too bothered where it goes. It's very easy to shove in. This here doesn't have to have this symmetry to it, where the idea was to have this central yard with everything around it. This one doesn't have to do any of that. By the way, I also know that I went straight over with foundation and this needs to be open. It's just easier doing that. I find it easier doing it that way. So, still cracking on with that. Sadly, there's not much I can do before they actually... well, before they finish that. So we'll just wait for them. Have a quick look at around here. We can see that they are getting searched as they leave the canteen. Oh. Sounds like a bit of the building's being built. Yes, we have the couple of sections now getting built. And lighting it. Obviously a lot of this light will be changed at some point. Here's what it is. Looks like the electrical cable has been run across now. Double check utilities. Yes, indeed it has. So I'm going to run that up and along. Up and along. And that should connect up most of that. Should be fine. Back over to planning. Remove the planning for walls. Put a little bit more planning there. This will probably be the entrance, and then there's your solitary. Just seems to fit on that corner. In terms of shower, we haven't currently got one in here. I'm thinking of putting shower in the cells. Doesn't make much sense. So another area would be to put it in that corner. Perfectly acceptable. Open this up, have it there. Solitary can always go down here. That was just a tentative plan to put it there. Now that I think about it, that would be a nice location for the shower. You all file out and then into the shower. We have a tunnel there. I think that's a fake one. I don't think that's real. But we will do a full shakedown tonight because we haven't done one yet. Still need to run power in here, which I will do like so. Obviously they're still focusing on that. Saying they can't place that light. Don't know why. What I'm going to do for now is actually lock open these doors. Because we need to cut a lot of the walking time out. Also place in rusty wall there and there. Followed by a staff door. Staff door either side? I think jail door. This place has to be secure. Is that a jail door, actually? Solitary door. Let's go solitary doors then. Might as well use what we've got on the other side. Make sure it's all secure. There we are. Now obviously there's going to be some problems with things getting placed because the foundations still haven't been put down. There's wait times and things to consider, so I expect the game to have a little bit of a problem now and again with this sort of thing, but it's not hopefully something we... well, not something that'll break. I was going to do a shakedown, but it's well past the time. Well, we'll do one anyway. Searching all locations. We haven't done a tunnel search for quite some time, but hopefully we'll find anything this way. We're finding quite a number of things in the kitchen. Screwdrivers being brought in. See that there? That screwdriver should have been searched. See, it should have gone through the deliveries area. It might be because I've redone it. Let's have a quick check at logistics. That goes to there. Well, that doesn't matter because as you can see it's red, so it's saying it's not... Oh no, does red mean... No, we've turned that off, so it's not going to go there. No, it should work, I think. Loads of places to search, but we haven't really got a lot of it. Okay, fine. That's alright. Looks like the last bit of the foundation's going in. It does open a lot of options, this, doesn't it? You can have ferries to go between like a central island and then ferry it off to elsewhere. So going on a large map and then like really changing things up would be quite a decent endeavour. You'd be able to have it so you have, let's say, a small island for stuff to be brought in, and then that as be like a central hub for then to be farmed out to the other islands. That would be fairly cool. That would be fairly interesting to do. That's over there. They're placing that there, and is that about right? I think there's one or two. Yeah, I'm going to say one or two more places to do, but that is basically the entire facility over here now built. Apart from that, it seems. And there we go, it's come into play. Right, that is now in and also lit. All the lights are in there, which is excellent. So what we'll do is go ahead and build... How do you want to build this? Well, we'll have a staff door here, because this is going to be our area for the kitchen, and then the canteen will expand off of it here. In order to do that, kitchen won't have to be very large at all. Probably a little bigger than that though. This is all tentative. And then perhaps trying to think of maybe like a toilet area. You could have that. And then that is the canteen. Now it's probably a little bit too large, but I'm not too bothered because we can have other things in there like phone booths and that sort of thing. The question is, do we want to wait for food on the mainland and then it come this way via that? I don't think we do. I think what we'll have to do is build a... probably a boat dock along here. Expand this out a little bit and put a boat dock here to have the stuff brought in. There's no other place to put it, really. Couldn't be around there. I mean, it could be all the way around here and such, but it's just not something we want to do. I like the way we could place it there. It could go straight out that way. It would be fairly comical to place it there, though, wouldn't it? You know what? I'm not actually ruling that out as well. I like the idea of doing that. No, because this island here is probably going to expand down this way. It's sort of going to be around that size. So, yeah, something like that. Anyway, that's a discussion for... Well, actually, it is a discussion for now. Do we want to have a boat dock here to bring all of the food in it? It will only be food and probably some rubbish going out, but it won't be prisoners or anything like that, and no visitation, certainly. Let us know what you think about that one. Whether you should have it here down the bottom, whether you should not have it, let us know. I'd like to think about that one. I'd like to hear about that one. So, yard in the centre, followed by all of the cells here. Each one of these cells, like I said, I'll make sure that it's properly graded. Now, whether or not... We might have some more stuff in there, so we might have like a bookcase in there. But we might also make it like really harsh, so we'll have, for example, where are the beds? Oh, I can't see the... There's some beds that you can get. They're like horrible bunks, essentially. They're all like... They're just a bit of a wire net with... yeah, a bit of like a wire net with... Yeah, old bed. With like a bit of sheet across the top, so maybe something like that we could put in here and make it quite harsh. It's an option. It's an option. So we have all of our cells on the outside. We have this, which is a what What is this? Oh yeah, that's our yard. On the right is at the moment a solitary area, but I'm tempted to make it shower. If it was shower, we would simply have an entrance in probably there. That's going to be the rough centre, and then have showers across there, maybe even some in the centre, potentially. If we did that, then we'd have to change one of these areas down here to be our solitary, which wouldn't necessarily fit in perfectly, but it would go in. Or we have this as shower. Have like a shower maybe around here. Have an entranceway in there. Showers either side. That actually fits better because this was specifically designed to be laid out like that. So maybe that's the way we're going to go. It does mean that they have to travel a little while to get to that shower from up here, but it's you know, the yard will have an entrance there. Probably like that actually. And then they'll come down into the shower. This will be a common room. This will be our canteen, kitchen, like a little bathroom type thing for the canteen. Don't know if that's the right size. What is it 13? Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So, let's have a look. If, assuming the entrance was there. Let's see. So that'll be 8, 16, 32. Right, yeah, it's fine. It's more than big enough, that thing. So, oh, look at that. It's not actually removed it. Yeah, that's more than big enough, that canteen. Okay, so I think I'm going to leave it there. As I said, I know this episode and the last were a little bit shorter, but needs must. That is our SuperMax area. I'm fairly happy with the layout. I'm fairly happy that it's not as organic as I wanted the island to be. I wanted it to be have a lot of cliffs and things like that. But the problem is, it was so close to this. The proximity was such that we'd have to really change things up in order to do what we needed to do. But I think this is a decent compromise. We still have bits jutting out. It still looks fairly organic, and we've used the space that we can. I think the layout's alright, but by all means let us know if you think there should be any changes and that sort of thing. And ooh, have 10 prisoners pass the foundation education course. We've got one person that's done that. Only 9 more to go. Anyway, as I said, if you have any suggestions for changes, ideas, comments, etc., then by all means let us know in the comments section and we will go from there. I hope you've enjoyed the episode and the series thus far. Thanks very much for watching. Take care and generic partings.